one final time this season, we welcome you to Ebel Ice Park Arena for this matchup between the Marquette Hilltoppers and the Homestead Highlanders. Hello, I am Ben Lyles-Schwarz, joined by Colin Cahill for one final game this season. Marquette 13-8, looking to end their home stretch on senior night with a very excellent win against a good Homestead team that's had success against them before. Homestead 10-7. They beat Marquette 3-1 the last time these two teams faced off. Marquette's gonna have to do stuff that they didn't do in the first game. So what are some of those key points that they have to do?
Well, they're coming off two huge wins. The win against Kettle Moraine, I believe, the best win they've had all year. They got to keep that momentum going, but also they got to stay out of the box. Despite these wins, I mean, Homestead has a 29% power play. They're dangerous on the odd man advantage, but also put pressure on early. Homestead has over 3 goals allowed per game, so their goalie, you got to put shots on him early, as well as their third period. It's by far the worst. A team that's really good in the first two, their struggles have been in the third period, outscored 15-21, but on the other hand, Marquette, a great third period, 28-16 for them.
Yeah, you talked about the goaltending. Homestead's goaltender, Andrew Pound, the senior, he's the only rostered goaltender on this team. Very rarely do you see teams only have one guy in goal. He's going to be in goal all game. He's been in goal all season for Homestead. Speaking of Homestead, they've got to do some stuff to keep the momentum going after their overtime win versus Waukesha on Saturday. That was a 3-2 win. What do they got to do against Marquette to get another win against a good Marquette team?
Well, a team that Marquette beat 7-1. They lost to 4-2 with Cedarburg. So how can they bounce back from this? That's a great test of their character. But also they got to limit Keegan Kowalski and Thomas Colin. They're obviously their greatest scorers. They're 2-point leaders. They make big plays. We've seen it in our broadcast. Yeah. But also take advantage of the second period, outscoring teams 25-14. That's their strongest area, unlike the third period.
Yeah, and you talked about Kaltenbach and Kowalski. They played huge roles, scoring all 4 goals in that third period comeback against Kettle Moraine. Truly one of the best games of the season.
Yes.
And a broadcast that I think most of us will remember forever, being our first real big game broadcast. Hopefully we got another one of those coming up for you today. Talked about some key players from Marquette and Langerman and Kowalski. You know, Langerman's a big guy. He's the goalie.
Yes.
What does he got to do today to keep this going?
Well, he's coming off a hot streak. 2 games with only 3 goals allowed. He kind of showed some, rustiness in the beginning of the year, and then they kind of played Rowen Mullaney instead, but he's showing no test of anything getting past him. So right now he's on a hot streak.
Yeah, you talk about Mullaney. Our first broadcast back on January 2nd, there was a big question of would they start Mullaney over Langerman.
Yeah.
And ever since those 2 games, Langerman has been shut down as the goaltender for Marquette. He isn't giving that position up anytime soon. Those seniors are ones to watch. Homestead does not have a big-time goal scorer, but they do have a guy that's got 24 assists.
Yeah, I'm looking at the roster. I see a guy with 24 assists, 28 points. He has 4 goals, but that's Jeremy Miller. But also Alejandro Brooks, 17 points. He also ties the team with 9 goals. He's in the lead there in his 16 games played.
Yeah, I talk about a team that doesn't score a lot of goals. Homestead, very poor in the third period. Marquette's third period is the best. 30-16 in the goal differential. You can't leave it to the third period every single game. This is senior night here at Marquette, our final broadcast hockey of this season. We've got some things coming up. We got a lot of people to thank for making these broadcasts happen. That is going to be our end of the second intermission, so stay tuned for that. We've got hockey. It's Homestead, it's Marquette, and it's coming up next from Ebel. This being senior night means a night where we thank a whole lot of people for making these broadcasts possible. First of all, thanks to Colin. He's done 4 games, and Aaron has done one with me. Fantastic color commentators. It's been great working with them. Thanks to Ronnie Decker. Couldn't be here tonight, but he is my co-commissioner. The best co-commissioner ever, and the only person I would have started this with. Is just a fantastic support, and he makes a lot of the things that we do possible here. Speaking of things that we do possible, Rowen Clarke, our fantastic producer, we thank him for everything he does. And people that have helped produce these games, Tom Stilp, Oliver Packey, Matthew Ray, and Aaron Egan tonight, they have all helped us on the technical side of these broadcasts. Thanks to Mr. Herman and Mr. Sigelski for allowing us to do all these games. It's a lot of trust put in a startup little club homeroom. We did not expect to be doing what we are doing, and it's thanks to them that we are able to bring you the amount of broadcasts that we do on a weekly basis. Coach Leverett, always happy to help. Information, setup, encouragement. He has been a great support for these broadcasts, and we look forward to doing more with him. The Blue and Gold recap to end the winter season. We will interview Coach Leverett. You know, I always say it, without great play, there's no such thing as great broadcasting. So thanks to the players, and without them, it is not possible to call these games at the rate that we do and to have the big moments that we have. Thanks to our leaders, Mr. Sean Raffaelli, for his support, insights, and time. He's doing some PA work tonight, and thanks to Mr. Muslin. He's the integral part of every broadcast. The best leader we ever could have asked for. The amount of time he puts in to this is just incredible. He's got a family as well, so he is donating his time ever so generously to us. His insights, his support, his technology knowledge has really helped us get off the ground running as fast as we have been this first semester. And thanks to you guys, the viewers, the Marquette community, for your encouragement, your feedback, support, and views. We wouldn't be doing this for absolutely nobody. So thank you for viewing, thank you for sharing, and thank you for being such a great community to share this with. Looking forward, tomorrow night, Marquette will take on the Menominee Falls wrestling team. That's a 7 p.m. broadcast. We have 2 more remaining basketball broadcasts, the 7th and the 27th. Those are both happening at 7 p.m. Going into the spring, we will be broadcasting 2 sports this year, lacrosse, and then we're going to give you a nice old-fashioned feel. It's going to be some radio baseball. Still on the MUHS YouTube channel, we are going to be giving you that vintage feel with no audio. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy some good old-fashioned baseball this spring. And, you know, we've got some more announcements. We have an interview series shortly. There's going to be more info on that coming soon. We're doing a lot here at the Hilltopper Media Collective, and thank you to everybody listening and viewing for being a part of that. Marquette hockey taking on Homestead. Our final broadcast of the season is on the way next from Ebel. We welcome you live to Ebel Ice Park Arena. I'm Lyles-Schwarz, joined by Colin Cahill for this final broadcast of the season in Marquette High Hockey. Today's production team consists of Rowen Clarke as the producer, Matthew Ray and Aaron Egan operating the camera. We are ready for one final broadcast this season. It's been great bringing you these 5 live Hilltopper hockey events. And now for the starting lineups and national anthem for Homestead in the black and red, Marquette in the white and yellow.
How about those Homestead uniforms? Those are sweet.
I mean, some of the best uniforms I think I've seen in a hot minute. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Hurricanes alternates, and these are so similar to those. We saw earlier in the year Marquette soccer had some really cool custom jerseys. Nothing better than a nice alternate. The officials for tonight's hockey matchup, referee Kevin Frey, referee Gage Marlin, and linesman Conrad Hunke. Homestead, we talked about it earlier, coming off an overtime win against Waukesha. Prior to that, a loss to Cedarburg. Marquette with a 7-1 victory over Cedarburg. But the last time these two teams played each other, Homestead came out 3-1 victors. Marquette, not a single player left out of this lineup. All forces are ready to go. And for the Highlanders, Hunter Ward, the captain, and he is helped out greatly by Miller and Brooks. Those are players to watch. The puck drops and we are underway as it's taken out center. Martin will skate with it into the corner. Dugout. Wallace, and it's taken away. Down to the ice. There's a shot and a save made. Robbing Brick Boris of an early look.
Yeah, good shot early for Homestead. That's what you want right away. 15 seconds in, you get a quality shot on Langerman.
Face-off one comes out to the point, and Marquette there to take it away. Wallace has it stripped from his stick, and now a battle for it near the blue line. Dug out by Marquette. Kowalski's got it, ranging. He will shoot just high. Behind the goal, it'll come out past Pollock. Intended for Sean Lemke, as now this puck out to center ice. Sortino will chip it in. It's sent back across. Slap dead in the corner. Sortino out to the point. Sends it away to Boris. Marquette able to go back into the quarter.
Both teams early showing a lot of aggressiveness. We've seen a lot of hits early already.
Marquette with possession. It's Akia. Wrists it around. Out to the point, and it'll be just taken outside the blue line up to Mick Kaminsky. He'll dump it in. Radke to chase. It's taken by Ben Warks, and he'll get it up the ice. Not for long, as Marquette denying the zone exit. And now Homestead to take it away. Good start for the Hilltoppers, and now they've got a rush. It's Kaltenbach cutting, centering, just out of the reach of Ali Featherston. Sent back out to the neutral zone. Cadu wrists it on. A bouncing puck in front of the goal, turned away. And now sent all the way back to Langerman for icing.
Marquette doing good. You want them to dump it. We saw that in the Madison West game. They were just flinging it around because of the pressure Marquette was putting on. They're doing that right now. I like what I'm seeing.
Face-off won by the Highlanders. Mitch Coburn with the victory, but Marquette will get it back in the quarter. Centering pass, taken away. Now Jack Weiss out to center ice. Chasing is Jacob Spaulding. He was halted. Puck bounces up in the air. Put back on side. Here's a really good look in front. And we're going to have a tripping call on the Hilltoppers if that one didn't go in. Coburn went down to the ice, and it looks to be an early Homestead power play.
Yeah, we talk about Homestead's advantages. The 29% power play. You cannot afford that mistake, especially so early in the game, which, you know, that's a momentum factor that you do so early.
Miller to take the face-off. He'll win it for Homestead. Out to the point. Sent back around. Connor Wellman trying to dig it out. He can. It's stopped by Warwick's. Sends it around to Sortino, and he will chip it. Held on. Now into the quarter. Wellman makes a nice move. He started it right on for Homestead. Didn't want the puck. It'll be wristed out by Marquette. And chasing the puck is Kowalski. Forechecked into the boards. But he's still got it in front, looking for a shorthanded goal. It's stopped at, and a frozen puck. Wallace arrived with the help. Andrew Pound, another nice save for him.
Yeah, we've seen shorthanded goals so much from Marquette. Kowalski almost had one there. He uses his speed and his legs to get it in front of the Homestead defenders. He was one-on-one, but it was around the net. He couldn't get it.
Face-off taken by the Highlanders. And that was sent out through the neutral zone. Nice hit by Sortino in center ice. Gets the Marquette bench going. This will be wristed by Weiss around. Taken along the half wall. Good forecheck there. Pollock trying to wrist it out. It's held on. Shot wristed from the point. Hit the post. A good look. And now Sortino trying to get the puck back along the boards. It's taken by Warwick. Sent it across the ice. And now back across for Barnhill underneath and sent for Weiss along the half wall and sent away by Marquette. Alejandro Brooks could hold it on.
Right now, I don't even know that it's a odd man advantage. Homestead, we saw the 30% power play. They're not showing that 30% right now.
Right through the neutral zone they come at the point. Real nice move, but the puck just out of the reach of Jeremy Miller. Chopped it in the corner, out to the point. Good look, and shoveled away by Schultz. 15 seconds to go in the Marquette short-handed stint. Islanders give it away. It's Kaltenbach. Forechecked heavily into the boards by Hunter Ward. Still underneath for Kaltenbach. That's it for the power play. Martin chops it in. It's Kaminsky underneath. Got hammered. But he still wins the battle to keep the puck. Chopped dead along the half wall. Cliff Radke joins the fray. Loose puck behind the net. Radke takes it. Makes a nice move to evade some defenders. Not for long. Homestead takes it right back through the neutral zone. Some nice 1-2 man passing. Vince Baker will weave. He will center it on just out of the reach of Langerman. Wilkinson will dig it out. Battles along the half wall. Run up the ice. Featherston through the legs. Intended for Kaltenbach. He could fight him. Into the corner it comes. Martin wrists on the shot, deflected. High off the boards, Kowalski barely holds it onside. And now, taking it back, it's Kowalski. He will shoot. And deflected out. Blocker save made by Andrew Pound. That's one of the few looks Marquette's going to have a point-blank all game.
Yeah, 2-on-1 with your two best players, I believe, Jude Wallace and Keegan Kowalski. A 2-on-1. Keegan Kowalski just uses that shot speed to get a good look on the goalie.
Face-off won by the Highlanders. Dug out to the half wall. Good job by Marquette. It's Wallace cutting. He will serve it on. Kowalski's there just out of his reach. Out to the point. It's Lauman. Shot deflected in front. Taken away. And now it'll be drawn back off. Wristed around and taken by Bogosic. He gave it back. Here's the shot. Schultz denied. And now here comes Homestead. Chipping it in that time. It's Brick Boers. Lauman couldn't handle it. Kowalski's got to skate to it. Up to Schultz, who makes a nice move. It's a 1-on-4, so he'll just chip it into the zone. Battle for the along the half wall here for the Highlanders. One by Homestead, but another pass just out of the reach. Canoe skates to it, flips one on goal. And now Boris skating up top. Here's an opportunity. Alejandro Brooks, 17 points. He has the team lead tied with 9 goals. He had an opportunity there. McGurthy stumbling, got checked by Brooks. Weiss in the corner. He's behind the net now. Centers it on and chopped that just wide. Back underneath. Out to the point. Deflecting. The shot was missed by Lord. 2-on-1. Here's a back pass. Shot. Score! Marquette takes a 1-0 lead in this one. To a ruckus ovation. It's the junior, Jack Grogan. Talked to him before the game. He said, make sure to talk about me. Well, I'll talk about you now. What a goal that was. A one-timer. Grogan gives Marquette the lead.
Oh, Jack Grogan, an unbelievable goal. Right through the 5-hole. I mean, that's just an incredible shot.
Great pass as well. Connor Lauman joined him. And now the Hilltoppers up on top. They have tied the amount of goals they scored in their first encounter with Homestead. Wristed out to the point. Here's a look, a nice move to evade pressure. Out to the point. It's Lemke. Has deflected wide. And now sent out to the point. Could forecheck there.
Yeah, that was an incredible job by Lauman on the 2-on-1. They didn't even get a single shot. They didn't even get anywhere near Mac Langerman. Great job on the odd man advantage.
And an incredible job you saw earlier as Kaltenbach picks off the pass. He will shoot, deflected high. And I think it hit Kayaki has some friendly fire there, and you know, the early opportunity from Kowalski, he objected to take the shot. The cross pass there from Lauman found an open Krogan.
Yeah, well, sometimes that's the right move to just get pucks on early. They only have 3 shots right now. I mean, you want to get the goalie ready.
Face off won by the Highlanders, himmed around to the half wall. Spalding tried to force it up ice, and he'll get it back. That's wristed along the boards, deflected off of Mitch Coburn. They say they didn't get a stick out of it, icing on the Highlanders. Face-off again won by the Highlanders. It deflects right back to Pound, and he'll freeze it. So far, the battle inside on the puck drops has been won heavily by Homestead.
Yeah, and you saw it there again. Those are ones you have to win.
They've lost a couple in their own zone. Kaltenbach dropped a heavy forecheck on. You've got a Highlander slow to get up as the puck deflects underneath for Radke. He's got to look. Looking to stare it on. Radke, Kaltenbach could handle it. And now an opportunity for Homestead, who hasn't had many of them. Into the zone. It's Spalding. Lost it. Cadu, who had the first penalty, trying to keep pace. He does so along the high glass, back out to the neutral zone. That's a nice pass ahead. The Highlanders managed to keep it onside, but they can't keep possession. Chipped in. Here's an opportunity. Brick Boris. Shot just wide. And now here's another chance. Cutting in. Alejandro Brooks was denied an opportunity. Double teamed by a couple Hilltoppers. Chris Ocker sets one on. Langerman deflects it wide. Back along the half wall. Marquette once again wins possession of the puck. It's the captain, Jack Schultz, up. So Wallace, shot, pad, save made. He had Kowalski there for a rebound. McCarthy came screaming in for a slap, and it missed him. Here up the ice, Alejandro Brooks, cut, shot, save. Went right through the 5-hole of Ryan Cadu. Now it's McCarthy. Lost control of the puck, and we've got a whistle. Looks like it'll be a penalty. They'll just call it offsides.
I know we didn't see it. I feel like people were paying attention to the puck over there, but watch how good Bona McCarthy did there to get back to make it a 2-on-2. It's a 2-on-1, and then he didn't have a guy to pass to because Bona McCarthy got into the other guy. I mean, that's the plays that we don't see often, but he just has that aggressiveness that you want in a player.
Yeah, they were definitely missing him in that Kettle Moraine game. They're just destroyed along the boards. Wilkinson out to the point, dumps it around. It's taken by Homestead, wristed out, past Radke, out to center ice. Wilkinson back to Radke. Kaminsky dubs it around the gums for Nolan McCarthy. And he will free in the zone again. You know, this is awfully similar to what we saw Marquette doing in some of those games, kind of like against Schwabenheim. Just get the puck cleared out of the zone. But here's an opportunity, cutting back in. Radke at the point, dumps it in. It's a centering pass, they score! A power play goal for Marquette. It's a 2-0 lead. Boy, we talk about real good shot placement. Chris Wilkinson, the junior, with a real good look there.
But did we see that pass from Cliff Radke? I mean, he has the confidence as a senior, as a freshman. I mean, that's a great pass he makes to Wilkinson, and all he has to do is beat the keeper, and he does.
Yeah, Wilkinson, that's his 3rd goal of the season. And talked about him, Cliff Radke. With all those seniors leaving, and they have really got somebody in Cliff Radke that can carry this team all 4 years. As a freshman, he's been really good. Puck comes around the net. Homestead punches it out to the point. intended for Brooks. And now it comes along the back wall. Poked free. Schultz with Wallace ahead. He'll find Wallace. Back to Schultz, just out of his reach. Battle for it in the quarter. And the Highlanders go out the puck. They can't hold it on. Shot slapped just wide. Weiss will dig it out. But it's slapped right back in by Marquette. Wildman can keep it on side. And Marquette will go for a line change. A nice move is going to be made right here. Ben Warksa into the zone, looking for Vince Baker. Out to the point, held on side, shot wristed, pucked in the air. And now Pollock will dig it out for the Hilltoppers, makes a nice move, but can't evade pressure for all that long. As Homestead will win it back, but it's taken. Almost an opportunity there for Will Larson, the sophomore, to go on a little run, but instead it's taken by Andrew Bogajczyk. Here he comes. Nice move made, and down to the ice is a slip and slide out there for Vince Baker. And now Homestead retreats, entering the zone. It's Ward, shot just high. And now Radke sends it ahead. Miller back. And that pass intended for Baker, taken by Kaltenbach. Skates along the entire neutral zone wall, but he eventually lost the puck to Jeremy Miller. Up the ice, Marquette trying to hold it on side. Puck comes free, it's a 3-on-1. Miller somehow wins it, a nice move. Takes a man to the ground, but it was poked away. It's Ryan Cadu again, the sophomore defenseman, making his presence felt as Langerman will freeze. No, they don't say froze the puck. Held on, slapped wide. It'll be rimmed around for Bogajczyk. He doesn't want it. Marquette will take it. Radke tried to thread the needle to Cadu, who shovels it on. Now he's got the puck. Cadu got rattled away by Caden Barnhill. Battle for it right back along the boards. And it's taken by the Highlanders along the half wall. Taken by Homestead. Radke rattles it out. Radke, shot just wide. Sortino was there. 2:55 to go in the first period. Underneath, centering it on. Still underneath, and taken by the Highlanders. Up the ice, wristed on. Langerman sends that one away with the pad. And now it's Sortino up the ice. Sortino cutting. Centered on Kowalski. Shot saved, still available. Battle for it along the half hole. It'll deflect off of Lauman's stick all the way down the ice. Just offside. Caden Barnhill will wrist it back, and Kowalski there to meet him. Oh, he had Schultz with a little bit more efficient of a pass. It was right there. Wristed far side. Good forecheck by Kowalski, but the puck still won by Homestead. Wristed around. Slapped out, and another nice forecheck by Kowalski. Just no Hilltopper there to take the puck. Sends all the way down the ice. We've got a whistle. It's icing. 1:42 to go. Homestead early struggling to get shots on goal. They average 3.62 goals per game, but have really not presented much of a threat to Langerman so far. Thread the needle, and just again out of the reach. This will be all the way down the ice. They wave off icing. Baker chasing. makes a nice play on the puck to win possession for Homestead. Wiggled around at the circle, now taken to the point. Across the ice, taken by Lord underneath. They've got a look underneath again, out to the point. Back across to the half wall. Miller keeps it onside. Lord, shot just high. We've got
Looked like that was a high stick.
It's icing. Referee had his arm up for a hot minute there. Still 58 seconds to go in period number 1 of this final hockey broadcast of the season. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage here at Ebel.
This is a good chance for Homestead right now in their offensive zone. This would be a big win for Jeremy Miller to have.
Miller to take it. Wins it once again. Wristed underneath, it's Baker. Nice forecheck by Cahill. He went down to the ground as well. And that puck squirts free, taken by Cahill. Radke, nice pass to Featherston. Up the ice, he'll send it to the half wall. And a huge forecheck. Featherston got smoked. And now that could be a tripping call. There is a whistle, and it looks like we will begin the second period with a Homestead power play. Brick Boris went down.
They called it on Cahill, the sophomore.
30 seconds to go. An opportunity for a Homestead team that's 29% on the power play. Once again, Miller to take it. Power play, it's Lord. Shot blocked by Kowalski. Lord to hold it onside. Batted at. Once again taken out to the point. Cut back, Miller. Across, Lord. Underneath to the half wall. Nice pass up top. Shot. Deflecting high. That was some really good passing right there.
Yeah, but now I can see why they have a 30% power play. It's because of their passing. It's been incredible. They just had a great look on the blue line. Just great job by Marquette to get in front of it.
9 seconds to go in this one. Power play will continue on to the next period if Homestead is unable to score, which they are indeed unable to score. 4 seconds to go. Wristed free by Pound. That'll bring us to the end of period number 1 here at Ebel. It is Marquette 2, Homestead 0. First Division report sponsored by the Blue and Gold. Recap is on the way. Don't go anywhere. Hilltopper hockey continues next.
Daddy Arrow.
And we are back live here at Ebel Ice Arena at Lyles-Schwarz, joined by Colin and Cahill after quite the eventful first period for the Hilltoppers. They lead 2-0. Goals by Jack Grogan and Chris Wilkinson. The penalties have plagued them. Ryan Cadu has 2 penalties, both hooking calls. You got to limit that against a very good Homestead power play that we saw end the period on a very strong note.
Yeah, Homestead's power play is very strong, but Marquette's doing well to stop them from getting any quality shots. Unlike what I'm seeing out of the Hilltoppers, that's one of the reasons why they're up 2-0.
Yeah, and you know, another reason why they're up 2-0 is because they're finally starting to get those contributions from guys not named Keegan Kowalski, Thomas Kaltenbach, and Jack Schultz. Guys like Grogan and Wilkinson, like Wilkinson scored 3 goals this year. Grogan's only scored 2. These guys that don't do a lot, but when they can get going, that's a green light for the rest of the team to get going. Homestead didn't really get out of the blocks running, and it's a shock because their second period is about as good as it gets, but the third period for Marquette is even better. So for Homestead, you got to play even. You got to get back into this one. It's your best period, your second period. Because Marquette in the third period is an entirely different animal.
Yeah, well, we talk about what makes a great team, and you talked about Marquette. They're utilizing more guys. Chris Wilkinson, Jack Grogan scoring. People you don't really expect to score. I mean, they're great players, don't get me wrong, but Keegan Kowalski, Colin Beck have been like those main guys. But in a playoff team, you can't just rely on one guy, and I feel like they're relying a lot on Jeremy Miller and Alejandro Brooks. I've seen it already. They're just kind of relying them to deke and get a few shots. It's not working right now against a high-powered Marquette defense.
Yeah, we talk about the Homestead offense. Hunter Ward, the captain, has been very good in his own right, getting some shots, but there really hasn't been any denial by Homestead. It's been all Marquette, and there was a good solid period of time where it was just clear the puck out of the zone for Homestead, and Marquette would just get right back in it. And that's a problem because we saw Marquette have little to no success against Ashwaubenon when they did that. Just get the puck, ice it. And Homestead, their one shining moment has been that they have won a ton of faceoffs.
Yes,
and they have really, you know, kept themselves in the game. Jeremy Miller has won a host of these faceoffs. It doesn't matter what zone it is. They have limited the Hilltoppers. Even in the Homestead zone, there haven't been any attacks by Marquette started by those faceoff wins.
Yeah, well, faceoff wins are so important, especially when you need to score not 1, but 2 goals. You got to win it to the point, go D to D, and shoot it right on the net. And I feel like Homestead's doing that, but right now it doesn't show it on the score.
Yeah, speaking of score, they outscore teams 25-14 in period number 2. That is about as good as it gets. But they will be starting on the power play. Cadu once again called for his second penalty of the game. It's the power play you got to use to your advantage. You can't have a team who's got a 30% power play and go 0 for 2 to start the game. That's a massive issue right
there. Yeah, well, that can allow them to come back with dumb penalties. And I feel like we've seen it. We saw it with Kettle Moraine. They allowed Marquette to get on the power play with their strong players, Keegan Kowalski and Thomas Kaltenbach, and they just scored a lot easier than it was with 5-on-5, which they could not get any shots on the net.
Yeah, speaking of that Kettle Moraine game, Kowalski's goal to win it for the Hilltoppers, put them up 3-2, was a power play goal.
Yes.
And Marquette, you know, when we started doing these games, beginning of January, they were 8% on the power play. Now they are 14% of the power play. That's been a huge focus of Coach Dan Leverett's team, and it's really paid off. We're starting to see the fruits of the labor here going into the playoffs, which they've only got 2 more games after this, and then it's playoff season. You have to kick it into gear, and they are winning games at the right time right now.
Yes, this is exactly when you want to start to get on a roll. Marquette is doing that right now. They have only lost 1 game, I feel like, in their last 5 or 6, and that was to Arrowhead. That was a disappointing loss, but they're bouncing back from these losses. But in the playoffs, you can't bounce back from losses. You have to win every single game, and I hope they do that.
Yeah, they went out in the regional finals last year, and they're hoping to make it farther than that with a very talented group this year. And looking ahead to next year, you got a lot of guys that are going to be coming back, and they're going to be better. Kaltenbach's going to be back. Cliff Radke's going to be a sophomore. Wilkinson, I mean, that defense with Radke, Wilkinson, and Cadu is going to be very, very good. The one problem they got to have is Mac Langerman is going to be gone, and Langerman's been very good today. He's only faced 6 shots. but in those 6 shots, he's been really, really good.
Yeah, he'll be a player to miss. Fun fact, he didn't start playing goalie until maybe sophomore year, I think. They didn't have a guy to play goalie, so they were just like, who wants to play goalie? He stepped up, and I feel like he's not showing that at all. He's doing amazing. He seems like he has a lot of experience, and that's what makes a great player.
Yeah, and the backup for Langerman is sophomore Rowen Mullaney, who led the JV to a 3-1 victory today. A very, very good game for them. They've been very good this season. So Marquette, up 2-0, but you start shorthanded. You got to limit the power play for Homestead. What do you got to do? Shorthanded to start the period.
Well, yeah, you got to continue to put on pressure, but obviously with 4 and 5, you're not going to do that much. But, you know, can't allow them to get these perfect looks in front of the net. That is what Keegan Kowalski has done a lot. So I feel like they're doing really good, but after this power play that Homestead will have, if they hold them, they just cannot afford the stupid penalties, and I hope they bounce back from that.
Yeah, and, you know, we've seen Marquette, you know, they haven't been very good against intricate passing teams, and this Homestead power play, those last 15 seconds were about as good of hockey I've seen all year on the power play. Just a blitz of passes, and for Marquette, they got to clog up those passing lanes, because if you can free the puck, and they've gotten the puck all the way to the other side wall. They've been really good, but you got to keep the pressure on. 2 goals is not enough against a Homestead team that averages 3.5 a game. You got to do more than what you've already been doing against me. That all starts with Kaltenbach and Kowalski.
Yeah, those are their 2 best players for a reason. They've scored the big goals. They've scored, you know, ones where it just matters the most, and I feel like that's what makes them the best players. They're able to shine in big moments, and that's what you want.
Yeah, so the second period is on the way. The Hilltoppers are up 2-0 over Homestead. Hilltopper hockey is going absolutely nowhere. Stick around, don't miss it. The second period from Evel is coming up next. We welcome you back to period number 2 of Hilltopper Hockey here live from Ebel Ice Arena, Lyles-Schwarz, joined by Colin, Cahill. Tonight's production team consists of Aaron Egan and Matthew Ray on the mic. And we've got Rowen Clarke, our wonderful producer. Marquette jumped out with an early 2-0 lead. Goals scored 7:14 and 10:40 into the second period, but they will begin shorthanded after a Ryan Cadu hooking penalty. 2 minutes in the box. It's his second time of the game. Very early penalty called, 2:24 into the period. On this evening, we thank everybody who has helped make these broadcasts possible. Administration, students, and you guys, the viewers, listeners, the MUHS community, making all of this possible. We thank you for all of your efforts, time, and support as we get ready to go here. Period number 2 about to be underway. Garrett Huckey fixing everything up. And we are going to be good to go to begin this second period live at Homestead. Down to the nothing to the Hilltoppers. The key to take the face-off for Marquette. And it'll be the seemingly unbeatable Jeremy Miller to take it for Homestead. And guess what? Homestead wins again. What a pass. Right through the zone. Threading the needle. Here's a shot. Just wide. And this is up the ice. Opportunity developing here for the Hilltoppers. And McGurthy will just cut back on it, allowing Hunter Ward to take possession. He'll skate up the ice. Nice pass to the neutral zone. Sean Lemke into the zone. He lost it. And offside. So Miller has to retreat. The faceoff game has been important so far. And here they storm back. Shot deflected wide. Pollock with the block. Out to the point. Across. Here's a look to the half wall. Miller will take it underneath. He's still got it. Up to the point. Shot. Save. And the puck's still in front. Sent away by the Hilltoppers. Whisked back in, 16 seconds on the power play. It's Weiss, he lost it, and the Marquette defense will hold true against a dangerous power play, not once but twice in this game. Puck deflects up in the air in the neutral zone. Weiss tried to handle it down, he doesn't. Lowen will take it for the Hilltoppers. Across to Sickleven, who deposited it to absolutely nobody on his team, but it's somehow almost gathered by Wallace. Sickleven takes a deflected puck out to center ice. Pollock will send it around. Wallace is there. Sends it underneath for Kowalski. Kowalski, Wallace! Took a knee at the wrong time, and Homestead takes it back. Weiss lost it. Here's an opportunity. It's Kowalski! He scores! Keegan Kowalski does it again. And there we have it. The guy we talked about at intermission gets him going.
Oh boy, every broadcast, it seems like he's able to score a goal. I mean, that one is just almost 100% for Keegan Kowalski.
The Hilltoppers go up 3-0 on the 15th goal of the season for Keegan Kowalski. It's never in doubt when you're in point-blank range against one of the best to do it in the Classic 8 Conference. Homestead so far from out of this one has got to get some more pucks on net than they have been, and here's an icing call. That Marquette goal was sprinted straight out of the defense. The defense leading into that goal. And Kowalski he doesn't miss from there.
I don't even think it was that he made a move. I think the defender just slipped, which is just, you cannot have that mistake, especially against Keegan Kowalski one-on-one.
Kaltenbach wins the faceoff, comes out to the point. Now it's a nice pass ahead, intended for Vince Baker. Taken away. Here's Kaltenbach skating in, centering it on. It's in front. Poked it, and Ritchie could hammer it home. The freshman barely missing his third goal of the year. Shot poked up in the air and gloved by Lingerman. Ben Warwick's denied on his shot from the point.
Yeah, Homestead's gonna have to put on more pressure. They're down 3 right now. I feel like Marquette is almost at that point where they're about to pull away, but we've seen comebacks. We saw a 2-0 comeback that made it 4-2.
With 9 minutes to go, Marquette came back, scored 4 in that span to take down Kettle Moraine last Tuesday, and a classic game here at Ebel. Battle for it along the half wall. Emerging with it is Homestead. Nice check on Weiss, and he'll give it away. Held in, Kowalski trying to saucer it over the stick of Alejandro Brooks, who comes away with it. Shot into the top netting for face-off.
I mean, when you look at the stats, 11-8 on shots, I mean, it's not like Marquette is killing them right now, but...
No, it's nowhere near a huge disparity.
But I feel like Marquette has had more quality shots that, I mean, the goalie just has nothing to do. I mean, Andrew Pound has been playing exceptional all year, but right now I feel like he can't do anything. He's just get put in bad situations because of Homestead's defense getting, I mean, riled by the Marquette offense.
Well, they have a chance here on offense, but they just gave it away. Sortino picked it off and flicked in by Brooks. And now sends along the back wall. Nice move. Akia's got it. He's got Kaminsky checked into the boards. And now here comes Homestead. An opportunity for Boris. Centering it on right to the Hilltoppers. And as the blue line it goes. McCarthy skates to it. He's got Akia ahead. He will flick it even further than that over the stick of Sortino. And here's an opportunity developing up the ice. Andrew Bogozic, centering pass, just wide on the shot. A good look there for Jeremy Miller. And he'll lose the puck. Jacob Spaulding had it taken away from him, and now it's Akia. Slings one. Schultz will up shit away from it. Kowalski digs it out. Schultz back to Kowalski, out to the point, and barely held on. McCarthy shot right into the breadbasket of Andrew Pound. 12:16 to go.
Yeah, Marquette is playing really well, especially in the offensive zone. We've seen so much improvement since the start of the year with their passing. I mean, that's just their ability to get open looks. It's so important, and they've been doing that today.
Face-off finally won by Marquette, but they can only do so much about it. As Martin takes it to the neutral zone, pressured by 3 Highlanders. They send it out. It's recovered by Marquette. Punched ahead for Homestead. And that's a heck of a pass. It was intended for Sean Lemke, taken away by Marquette. And now to get some offense out of it, they can. It's Warwick saw along the half wall to Waller. His pass taken by Marquette. Kaltenbach bats it in off the leg of the referee. And now Kaltenbach skates around Langerman's net and makes a nice move to evade 3 Highlanders. Up the ice he goes. Storming, it's Kaltenbach. Wristing one on, and it hit the helmet of Pound, and off it goes. It's a heck of a shot there from Kaltenbach. A lot of velocity on that wrister from the point.
I mean, that shot might have had so much power it knocked his helmet off. Just shot a little too high.
Just a bit high. Thanks to everyone who's watching this. If you like these broadcasts, share with your friends, your family, everyone. You can experience what we are doing here at the Hilltopper Media Collective tomorrow night at 7. Marquette will take out Menominee Falls. Get a wrestling meet. Be there live to watch that. Our first wrestling broadcast, very successful, so keep up that support to every sport we do. Marquette will win the face-off. It's drilled into the zone, taken along the half wall, and wrist to the head. Here's Jack Weiss underneath. Digs it out into the corner. A nice forecheck there. And now another one, but Marquette emerges with it. It's Featherston. Tried to wrap around, but Gozik, he couldn't. Puck deflected by Kaltenbach. And sent off of Alejandro Brooks's leg for another Marquette possession. 10:38 to go. A lot of hockey left to be played, but the control of this game is firmly in Marquette's grasp. Kaltenbach makes a nice move, but he's unable to avoid more defenders. Radke skates in to deflect it down low. Ward lost it. Skating for it is Sikloven. He got bodied, and this will allow Homestead to get a little bit of life. Oh boy, Larson just both forearms to the midsection. And that pass right near the goal. It's taken, and here's an opportunity. It's Sikloven. Sikloven across. Larson put one on, just wide. A good look there, and that is something you can't afford to do.
Jack Rowen got his get back after getting hit hard there.
All right, up in the face.
Hope that didn't hit Coach Dale.
Luckily for the Hilltoppers, not a penalty for high stick or cross check, and could have easily been either one of those with the nature of that hit, but Marquette wins the face-off this time. Swept around by Mangarelli. Nice move there along the half wall to keep possession of it. Here's a shot from Sortino just high. Mangarelli back underneath for Akio. Sortino there to gather the puck. He was ran into by Mitch Coburn. And now Marquette back with possession. Sent into the zone by Pollock. No icing is called, but it comes around to Kaminsky. Couldn't handle the pass. And now the Highlanders with an opportunity to break away for the puck. Mangarelli chased by Coburn. He'll wrist it around. Held onside. Chip back for Marquette. Mangarelli looking to handle it. He can't. Gives it away. The Highlanders bat for the puck. Akia ends up with it. And he makes a nice move along the half wall. Akia, shot, save. And he gets his little payback there with the forecheck that doesn't do much to the Homestead attack. Storming up the ice, it's Andrew Bogosic. Sends it back across. Here's an opportunity. Hit front, weaving, shooting, blocked.
I think Lauman might have saved that one.
Here's Wallace, shot. Just off for the glove of Pound. Held onside, it's Lauman batting one in. Gets it back, it's taken away. Here comes Jeremy Miller. Hit by Martin. Another forecheck by John Martin is enough to take the puck away from him and into Connor Lauman. Wallace handles the puck, makes a nice move. Wallace, Wellman had a chance in front, could handle it. Now it's Kowalski. And he had to take it away from the double team. A couple of Highlanders, but McGurty holds it on. Weak wrist shot. Bouncing puck over everyone. Kowalski checked into the boards. And taken away by the Highlanders. But once again, they give it right back to the Hilltoppers. McGurty's got it. And we've got a whistle deflection, and it'll stay on. 3-0 Marquette lead here in the second period of senior night here at Ebel. We thank you for spending some of your time with us here tonight as McGurthy takes it. Sends it across. And deflecting back into the zone, chased by Boris. Can make a play on the puck. Marquette using the high press to get a lot of opportunities into the zone. Brooks got hit. And a little shoving contest with Bowden McGurthy along the near side boards. And this one will deflect all the way under. They wave off icing, so it's a race to the puck. It's won by Marquette. Featherston takes it, shovels it along. Bradkey couldn't quite keep it on. Into the corner, it's Weiss. He's got to look in front, deflecting, and stopped by Marquette. They force it back into the zone, held on, shot just wide. The Homestead fans want a call, they don't get it. Here's a really good look in the slot. Alejandro Brooks denied. Another shot sent down goal denied by Lagerman, and there is McGurthy. Another hit. And Marquette winning the battle along the boards in this one. There to stop Ms. Canoe. He'll whisk it along for Nolan McGurthy. Tapped up the ice. Pressured by Marquette. Oh man, Will Larson, a nice hit into the boards. 5:45 to go in this one here at Ebel. We've got icing coming up on the Hilltoppers, and this is one of the few opportunities the Homestead has had so far.
Yeah, well, they got to have more opportunities. They're down 3-0. I mean, right now you have to put on as much pressure as you can.
Face-off once again won by the Highlanders underneath. Shoveling it up to the point. Whisked back around for Hoffman. He let it go to the other half wall. And now here's a look. Sent off the skate of Langerman. Held on once again. And now underneath, centering it on. There was a lot of Highlanders there. No one there to take the shot, though. Out to the point, held on. A nice move, Grogan. It's just going to be out. Nice thought there by the junior, who already has a goal today. We're going to get another one.
Again, this is a very good opportunity for Homestead. At least get one before the end of the second. And I believe that when they have a guy like Jeremy Miller on that face-off, it's won so much. We've seen it right now, but that really hasn't done anything right now to the game. It's still 3-0. They haven't converted on those opportunities that they've gotten.
Held onside, whisked off the back wall. Working to free it underneath is Marquette. They come up short. And that pass just wide. It'll get out to the neutral zone. Coach Leverett not happy on the bench. He wanted a call that created further the Marquette lead puck all the way up into the rafters here.
I think he was yelling at Lauman because he had a guy right behind him. He was yelling to get back. Because if Homestead gets that puck and there's a guy behind you, I mean, that's just a great pass, and then it's one-on-one with the goalie.
.433 to go here in period number 2 of the Blitz senior night here for the Hilltoppers. Look at the Walker Shaw with a win. Bangarelli pressure and just gives it back to Homestead. Schultz twists around, it's Kowalski in the corner, joined by Wallace, and it's dug out by the Highlanders. Miller up the ice. He's got 24 assists on the season. We're gonna maybe add some more to that list. He is gonna look for a shot here across. King gloved by Langerman.
Yeah, Langerman has been doing really good tonight. I mean, only 9 shots faced, but those 9 shots have not been easy shots to save, and he's saved all 9 of them.
It'll be a face-off in the Hilltopper zone. Kaltenbach, a nice evening stroll over the circle. It'll be dusted around. Underneath, taken out again. And Kaltenbach makes a nice defensive move to gain control of the puck. It'll emerge with the Hilltoppers, kept on. And here's an opportunity denied by McGurthy. Radke thought he had someone to get the puck. There was no one there. Far along the half wall, sent across. And a huge forecheck laid in by Brick Boris. Another one by the Hilltoppers. And here we go. 3 on 2 developing for Marquette. It's Ali Featherston. He got sandwiched. Shot wristed just high. And now breaking out. Kept onside by Kaltenbach, but not much will amount out of it. Radke to chase the puck. Homestead has had some nice passes today, but unable to put any shots on goal. 2:52 remains in the second of 3. Broken will send it around, gathered by Caden Barnhill. A lot of pressure along the half wall. Breaking out is Homestead. There's a free puck there. Larson couldn't win the battle. Wilkinson sends it across. Now wristed up top. Held on. And sent back into the zone. Barnhill again rushes to it. This time along the side, it's Bogosic. All the way up the ice. He went down. He was dusted by Larson. And just off. Didn't have the touch that time, did Bogosic. And now, Sickleton tried to chip it in. Take it up the ice. Here's an opportunity for the Highlanders. Lauman luckily wins the race to the puck. We've got a whistle. It'll be offsides. Minute 41 to go. Homestead's got to get one. What do they have to do?
Well, I feel like they're doing really good. They just cannot get a puck past Langerman, but you got to put on more shots. 9, most of the time, will not win you games. I mean, you got to get at least 20, but right now, they just cannot find those shots that they've ever so wanted.
Face-off will be taken at center by the Highlanders. Schultz trying to win the race to the puck. It's Kaminsky. Nelson. Oh, Sortino. A massive hit that the Highlanders didn't like. But they might like this opportunity for Jeremy Miller. He fires. Save again by Langerman. How much you can do when you got a brick wall. They back Langerman in front of the goal.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that the rest didn't call that cross-check. I mean, that was a hit from behind. That was a textbook hit from behind. I can see why they were mad, but I mean, you can't rely on the referees to win you games. I mean,
they've already given them 2 power plays.
And they haven't done anything with it, so I feel like right now Marquette is just winning them on aggressiveness, as well as their forecheck has been a lot better than Homestead's.
They were missing McGurthy in the game against Kettle Moraine. He's got a great forecheck, tremendous against the boards. And they miss his physicality, but here's Wallace. His pass from Schultz just past Jude. Now deflecting back, under a minute to go here in period number 2. McGurthy holds it in. Shot just over the blocker of Pound. It'll be sent all the way down the ice, and we've got a whistle for icing. 35 seconds to go. Period number 2. Thanks for sticking around. We've got the second intermission report on the way, presented by Raf and the Meatballs on senior night. We thank you for spending some of your Tuesday evening with us here at the Hilltopper Media Collective. Face-off won by Marquette. Schultz will dust it around. Black Dad in the circle. Kowalski's got it underneath. And Wallace, some nice pressure, but it's a shame it only comes to Alejandro Brooks. Spins out of a nice shot. Deflected back in. 12 seconds to go. Kowalski with the puck. Twisting, turning. Up top. Shot. Blocked. And a nice little hit there. That'll bring us to the end of the second period. A 3-0 Marquette lead. The barn is rocking here on senior night. Hilltopper hockey continues. Don't go anywhere. The second intermission report presented by Ref. And the Meatballs is next. And we welcome you into the booth for the third period. It's about to begin. The second intermission report. Lyles-Schwarz joined by Colin, Cahill. The Hilltoppers up 3-0 on the Homestead Highlanders. What did you like see from Marquette? They've been playing really, really good, and they've made some adjustments since that 3-1 loss. Yeah, well, right now they're putting on a lot more pressure. They're a lot more aggressive compared to Homestead. We saw these big hits by McGurtney and Sortino. So right now I think they're just doing a lot better in aggressiveness than Homestead. Yeah, I mean, you can't leave Keegan Kowalski open. That's been rule number one with the Hilltoppers this season. He scored the goal unassisted in the second period to put Marquette up 3-0. They did not have any penalties, which is an issue that plagued them throughout the first period. Ryan Cadu getting called with 2 hooking penalties. Third period, they're very, very good. They outscored their opponents 30-16. And that second period is Homestead's best by an absolute mile. Yeah. So you evaded the bullet, but now you gotta still be wary of the comeback.
Yeah, well, Marquette, they don't want it to bounce back at them after coming back versus Kettle Moraine, so I think they got to continue doing what they're doing. They have only held them to 10 shots, so they're doing really good defensively, also offensively, though, so I think they should continue to do that and not allow Homestead to sneak back in this one.
Yeah, talking about sneaking back in it, they've limited the big guys. They've limited Jerry Miller, Alejandro Brooks. They've limited, you know, this entire Homestead offense. 10 shots on goal from a team that scores 3.5 a game. Not very good from Homestead's perspective, but from Marquette's perspective, that's exactly what you've wanted. Mac Langerman's been fantastic, as always. A great send-off for him here in regular season play at Ebel. It really is unmatched. What he has done for this team this year, leading them in goal, and being just a steady, consistent goaltender for a team that's looking to make some big waves into the playoffs. Yeah,
well, you said it. Mac Langerman, he's so good for Marquette to have on their team. I mean, he has saved a lot of big saves. He's had a lot of big saves. He's had a lot of big saves tonight as well, and that's kind of been the main factor today.
Yeah, and talking about main factors, Homestead over 2 on the power play. They're 29% of the season. Marquette on the kill are 83.6. So they've been very good on the kill, and the power play for Marquette's still a major issue that they'd like to get a goal, a power play goal before this game is over to boost that confidence. They've only had 1 opportunity on the penalty by Sean Lemke in the first period, so not a lot of short-handed opportunities for either side to succeed, but Homestead definitely needs to start capitalizing on some of these opportunities, and that to me starts with getting more quality shots on that.
Yeah, quality shots on that indeed. Well, they have been getting quality shots, but I mean, you gotta get a guy in front of Langerman, especially when he's playing like this. I feel like he just has no screen. I feel like a lot of good goalies are just gonna save that every time.
Yeah, he's been really good for Marquette, and like to your point, he's been unscreened the entire game. They have not had a lot of guys in the offensive zone, majorly because they've just been icing the puck when they get it back. That's been a major issue for Homestead. They have not had steady possession of the puck for this entire game. And they need to get that pace, because when they're on pace, they're really good, and they need to keep that going. They need to get the puck in the hands of Jeremy Miller, number 6. He's been fantastic on faceoffs today. He's got 24 assists on the season. Alejandro Brooks has had the puck a lot. And, you know, he's got 9 goals on the year. Hasn't really had that, you know, goal gene today, per se. But nonetheless, I think Marquette's done a really good job. You got to end the third period strong, though. This is an important game to close out, and don't give Homestead any hope. This is a really good team. You're not 10-7 by accident. The last time these two teams played was a 3-1 Homestead win. So going ahead into the third period, Marquette's up 3-0. They aren't starting shorthanded like they did in the second period. They've got a lot going their way. What can they do to finish this game off and defeat a Homestead team that's, you know, they're going to be going for some blood. They want this win. They want a really statement-making comeback win.
Well, Marquette can't just slack off because of the scoreboard. It's a 0-0 game in the third period. That's what my coaches always used to say to me. You can't let them get to your mind, and Homestead can't let that get to their mind. They have to play their game. They have to show more aggressiveness. I talked about Marquette. They're just hitting guys all over left and right, so they're just a lot more aggressive than Homestead. Homestead has to pick that up.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. Homestead hasn't really had that physicality against the boards that has been a trademark of teams against Marquette, and that's been a big thing. Having Bowden McGurthy back in this game, they missed him desperately against Kettle Moraine. They've got him back. And like you said, the big name players, Kaltenbach and Kowalski, they can do it, but they're going to need the help from guys like Grogan and Wilkinson, who have scored in their own right. It is senior night here at Ebel Ice Park Arena. Ben Lyles-Schwarz, joined by Colin Cahill for our final hockey broadcast of the season. Thank you for all your consistent support. Thanks for packing the bar in these past couple games. The most attendance we've seen all season. It's been great to see more Hilltoppers checking out their hockey team. And hopefully this team can make a deep run in the state tournament. Maybe come home with some gold. Third period is on the way. Marquette looking to hold up a 3-0 win. We will see you soon. Don't go anywhere, because Hilltopper hockey continues next.
12.
It is time for the final period of Marquette Hockey. We're broadcasting live this season here on Senior Night. Ben Lyles-Schwarz, joined by Colin Cahill, but it isn't just us. Rowen, Clarke, our producer. Matthew Ray stepped in as the producer at times. He's done a fantastic job. And Aaron Egan on the camera. This being Senior Night, we have some more people to thank of our own. Mr. Mussolini couldn't make it tonight, our first broadcast without him. I'm sure he's very proud of what we have been able to do. Mr. Raffaelli, our leader, and my co-commissioner, Ronnie Decker. All of those people and much more have been integral in giving you these live broadcasts all season. Looking ahead to the spring season, lacrosse will be live, and that old time feel is back. Radio baseball live from the Rock. Excited for that, and also excited for the end of the winter season tomorrow night. Wrestling versus Menominee Falls, and basketball takes on Germantown on the 7th. At Hale on the 27th. Those will round out our very jam-packed 10, 11, maybe 12 event winter schedule. The third period is underway here at Ebel. The face-off won by the Highlanders. Puck wrapping around out wide. Pass along the neutral zone boards, taken for an icing. We apologize for any technical issues you may have been experiencing during this broadcast with our camera. We have been working all night to get that fixed. As Wallace, there's an open goal! Shot! An incredible save! Andrew Pound, the denial. That's about as good as you're gonna see. Wilkinson was looking for his second of the night.
Yeah, Andrew Pound with an incredible save. Right there, he's really keeping him in this game. I mean, it could easily be 6-0, but Marquette, they're continuing to put on that pressure, but Homestead has to do that as well. They're down 3-0. They cannot play so defensively.
They're playing defensively right now as Pound will freeze the puck again. 16:24 to go in this one here at Ebel. We thank all of you for spending some of your Tuesday evening with us as Marquette has opened up a 3-0 lead, hoping to further that against the Highlanders here tonight. Puck around to the half wall. Canoe will skate to it. Send it up top. Sortino back to Canoe. He's ranging in front. Kaminsky was there as well, and he gave it away. And this will deflect. Look out for flying pucks. Off the stick of Jack Weiss. A nice catch by the fan. Marquette will go in for a change. For a lot of players, this is their last regular season game at Ebel, hoping to go out with a bang per se. Yeah, now weaving into the zone, trying to cross-ice the pass was Alejandro Brooks. Now it's Ollie Featherston. He intercepted the pass, comes back for Ben Watkins. And we've seen Homestead try to string together some of these nice passes all day. They haven't really worked out.
Yeah, Homestead is a great passing team, but they just have not had that many opportunities to get a good pass in front of the net. So right now, I feel like Marquette, they're playing unbelievable defensively and offensively.
Larson to take the face-off for the Hilltoppers. Looks like we get a new puck here. Face-off one comes to Mangarelli at the point. Across, shot, Canoe just wide. Now, Mangarelli couldn't handle it. Skating back defensively, it's taken by Jacob Spaulding, who gave it right back. We've got a whistle. Some extracurricular activity along the back wall by these teams. Mangarelli mixed up with Jacob Spaulding. As Mitch Coburn will take the face-off for the Highlanders. Cahill with it, out to the point. Shot high off that glass. Wristed around in front. Homestead was there, didn't have much going on. Shot off the glove. Now battle for it along the half wall. And it's taken by Marquette. Wallace across, looking for Schultz, the captain. He'll whisk it around into the zone. Wallace to chase. And now it's up the ice. The Highlanders can't track it down. Spaulding's effort's not enough for the meantime. Wellman's got it. And now a couple nice passes up. Jack Schultz, the senior, his last regular season game, the captain this year, his shot. Taken in by Pound.
Yeah, if you're Homestead right now, you're feeling the need. You got to put on more pressure. I keep saying it, but you have to. That's what wins you games, and Homestead's not doing it, and that's reflecting with the score.
Face-off won by the Highlanders. Along the half wall, a slip and slide, and it looks like we're gonna have a Marquette penalty. A whistle sounded, some frustration on the face of both sides.
Yeah, Kaminsky, I mean, kind of a weak penalty. This is not what you want. I mean, you're up 3-0, you're feeling good, and you just give up a dumb penalty. I mean, you cannot have those things, especially with Homestead's strengths on the odd man advantage.
Face off home of the Highlanders. This is their chance to get back into the game. And another save! Wingerman controls it. They wave it off. Wingerman dived on the puck. And it appears that he can be Superman, or they're gonna say no goal. For the meantime, the Highlanders held off the scoreboard on the power play off the Kaminsky penalty. The first since 16:30 in the first period by Canoe. Held on, and it'll be whisked out to the neutral zone by Jeremy Miller. And here up the ice, it's Jeremy Miller. Miller whisked one around, and Kowalski fanned on the pass. Here's a shot from the point off the crossbar, and Wangerman falls on the puck. Once again, Homestead inches away from cutting into the Hilltopper lead. They come up short again.
Yeah, Mac Langerman has been unbelievable. There's been a couple close ones, but right now, I mean, nothing can get past him. He's on pace for a shutout. I hope I didn't jinx him there, though.
Shot whisked just wide by Ben Warwicksa, and the Hilltoppers clear the zone. King skates back to it around the back wall. Schultz wants some help. It's a pressure. Cyclovan options not to. Through the neutral zone. Deflected, whisked away again by Cyclovan. This power play is crucial for Homestead to get back into the game. 13 minutes to go, and there's only 45 seconds on the power play. That's a nice move. A shot high. Back in front tonight again by Langerman. Couple of good looks there for Miller. Optioning the puck back, taken away. Wilkinson goes down to the ice. Here's a look at the point. Good job by Cyclovan. And the pass. Can't clear the zone. Baker taken down. There we go. Marquette clears the zone. 12:38 to go. And this will round up the power play. Homestead, they're 30% on the season. They are 0 for 3 tonight. But they still are on the attack. Battle for it along the half wall. It's slashed at by both sides. And Miller back across. Some nice tic-tac-toe passing. Featherston with a look, a shot, save made. Allen got the blocker up just in time. McCarthy wrists one, save, another chance. Rushed out. McCarthy again, Mangarelli. Don't know what he was doing there. He gave it right back to the other team. And the Highlanders have possession. Couple good looks for Marquette right there. Puck sent over the zone. Mangarelli will get it back. Digs it out along the half wall, almost has it taken away. He gets it free to Radke, couldn't handle the pass. Now it's Chris Octor who gave it away. McCarthy off the stick of Akia. Here's a look for Marquette. It's Kaltenbach breaking into the zone, centering it on. Radke wasn't there. And this one sent up into the seats as well. Marquette looking to end the regular season on a high note. Up 3-0, but, you know, Marquette did it, so someone can do it to Marquette. A comeback, they scored 4 goals in 9 minutes against Kettle Moraine. 11 minutes to go in this one, so don't count Homestead out just yet. You know they want this win. It's a big win in conference play. Marquette just 2 wins in conference play this season. This would be a very crucial third against a Homestead team that's looking to contend for a Classic 8 title. Featherston across to Sortino. Batted free in the neutral zone. Wowman deflects off the stick of Akia into the zone. Sortino there to chase. Turns around. Akia. Along the half wall. And he gives it away to Jeremy Miller. There's to the cross and into the zone. Wowman there to take it. Now it's a chance. Sortino to Akia, couldn't handle the puck. And it's skated in. Nice job taking it away. And near the goal, couldn't be shoveled on. Vince Baker had it taken away. And now Schultz will send it in. 10 minutes to go in period number 3. Here at senior night in Ebel. It's Kowalski and his shot deflecting into the ceiling. Man, he doesn't miss those often.
Yeah, Kowalski, that's exactly where you want him if you're Marquette, right in front of the hash marks. But he just misses.
Face off won by the Highlanders. Sends around for Brick Boris. He lost control of the puck. Battled for it along the half wall. And it's won by Wallace. Taken away. He gets it back underneath. Cuts back. Schultz lost control as well. Nolan McGurthy will clear it to Pollock. Wrists it back on. Now Marquette will chase like a pack of hyenas right on to the puck. But that time, he didn't have enough to take it away from Homestead. Battling in is Alejandro Brooks. And downwind Schultz comes out to the point. Homestead optioning across. Nice pass in front, just one on the shot. The rebound, open goal, denied, and poked free by Ryan Canoe. This will just be cleared out of the zone for an icing. Great defense there by the Hilltoppers. It's still a 3-0 game.
Yeah, that was a close one there. Kowalski almost gave up an own goal, but he got it out of the zone with just an icing, which sometimes when you're up 3, I mean, you don't want to let Homestead get a wide open look because of your mistake that you had.
And that passing from Homestead once again shining bright. They're just unable to really get shots on goal, and they've been able to get past the Langerman all day. And now here's a look up the ice. It's Cloven. It's a shot for Larson, who was bucked off his horse. And McGurthy's unable to grab it. They wave off icing, chasing it into the zone. Nice forecheck by the Highlanders. Wilkinson battling for it underneath. Still a chance. And that in front, sent out to the half wall. Cleared away, another nice hit. These teams starting to get physical with 8 minutes to go. Sent into the zone by Octor and sent right back out. Icing again. Face off the zone, shot, just off the side netting, put back in front. And once again, Linkerman, the denial. His best game of the season, coming at the right time. And the Homestead attack finally ramping things up with 7:30 to go. Here's a look, cutting, one-timer, denied by Linkerman, and he sits on it again. Listen to the barn come alive for the Marquette goaltender.
Yeah, that pass was perfect for a wide open shot, but right now Langerman has just been exceptional. 16 shots, 0 let through. I mean, he is amazing for Marquette.
Taken by the Hilltoppers, Canoe. Lost it. And now it's Miller. Trying to rid it of the zone. It's slapped in. Bogozic's pass finds the Hilltoppers. It's held on by the Highlanders. Take it away, Sortino. He's got Keltenbach ahead. He didn't have him. Well, it's Mick Kalinsky on the break. And it's a nice job by the Highlanders forechecking the puck away from Marquette. Splitting the defenders is Miller back across the neutral zone. Skating in. What a pass! Denied by Wallace. And now Marquette on the breakaway. Akia wrapping. Has Canoe in front! And a great save! But it deflects in for a goal! Ryan Canoe is, and he puts the Hilltoppers up 4-0.
Yeah, Canoe scored that off of Akia. He kind of just lobbed it in. It might have been tipped, but that was apparently a recipe for success because the goalie just lost control of it.
Cadoo's 4th of the season puts Marquette up 4-0 here at Ebel. Schultz gonna take it away. Back into the zone, it's Pollock. He'll send it around for Brooks. Now a chance up top. Schultz poked at it. Taken away by the Highlanders. Kowalski, a nice forecheck underneath. He'll dig it out from the half wall up to Schultz, who's got Wallace ahead. Wallace skating shot. Glove save made by Andrew Pound to keep this game at a 4-0 margin.
Yeah, right now this game is kind of pulling away in Marquette's hands. It's up they're up 4-0. 6 minutes might not be enough unless they find that spark that Marquette had against Kettle Moraine. I mean, you just hope if you're Homestead.
Face off over the Hilltopper, centering pass intended for Keltenbach, batted away. And now the Highlanders tried to break it out, and now they gain possession. Oh, nice job. Will Larson gathers the loose puck, trying to weave through a couple of defenders and made it through along to the half wall. Larson hitting to the boards, and it's taken by the Highlanders. Passed up to Coburn, ahead. Batted away, Schultz. And there is a lot of frustration. You saw Andrew Bogozic punch the glass. There's a lot of feelings being aired out right now by the Highlanders.
Yeah, right now Homestead, after that, other than that amazing pass that was in front of Langerman that we saw that he sat on, I mean, they haven't gotten anything going in this third, or really just the whole game. That's really been the reason why they're down 4-0. And Marquette.
Face off, won by Marquette. Here's the Wildman shot, just wide. Wilkinson skates back to it, puts one on himself. It's loose in front, taken by the Highlanders. And Wilkinson can keep it onside. Pass ahead in the neutral zone is going to make it free. The Highlanders can't keep too much on it. Here's a chance ahead for Kowalski. It's Keegan Kowalski cutting back up top and poked onside. Dumped in by Lauman underneath Kowalski. Schultz couldn't handle the pass. Wilkinson dumps it back in for Kowalski, who will shoot just high. Again, turned on by Rowen, and the pad save made by Pound. 4:10 to go. That's going to be an icing.
Yeah, that possession from Marquette felt like a power play, and Homestead did as well. They just dumped it. That's what Marquette has been doing so well.
Marquette goals today. Ryan Cadoo, Keegan Kowalski, Chris Wilkinson, and Jack Grogan on their way to this 4-0 lead. Face off over the Hilltopper, shot just wide. Skating to it was Martin, who let it get past him, and now Mangarelli bats it out. And it's Akia underneath Keltenbach. Couldn't handle the pass, tried to set it up in front, no one there. Near the blue line, both teams fighting for it. Marquette will win the puck back. This will be sent down the ice. In the corner, it'll be taken out. Mangarelli, some nice physicality from the senior, going out on a high note today. Skating to the point. Crisp pass unable to be handled by Kamuchka, who set one on. Another save by Langerman, and there's a lot of frustration on this Highlanders team, as there you see Jack Weiss slap his stick onto the ice.
Yeah, and that's been the whole game. I mean, frustration for everyone. I mean, they cannot score, and I mean, they can't even get a shot right now.
Send back along the half wall. Martin there to meet them. Now 1-8, here's a look. And that shot just behind the net. Good double team by the Hilltoppers. Sortito lost it. Wristed into the zone. And freed away. Featherston couldn't get it. Now the pass ahead to Jacob Spalding, who lost it. And pass ahead for Featherston, able to be handled. Coburn gets it back. He will send one on. Langerman sends to the side. Out to the point it comes. Shot blocked by Cyclamen. Batted out along the half wall. Featherston escapes. Ahead looking for Sortino. Hustles to the puck. He's met by Richard Callan. It doesn't matter. It's an icing. 2:13 to go. We thank every single one of you for making this our most viewed live broadcast of the entire winter season. If you like what we're doing here at the Hilltopper Media Collective, be sure to share this with friends and family. Let them know that we've got a wrestling broadcast tomorrow and 2 more basketball broadcasts coming up in the month of February. As here's a look for the Highlanders underneath. Take it away. Wristed into the corner. Back out to the point. Shot sent away by Langerman. Now it's gathered by the Hilltoppers, freed into the neutral zone, under 2 minutes to go. Puck gathered by Hunter Ward. He gets it up across the half wall. That pass deflects back into the backboards. Wallace there to chase, sent across. And now move. The neutral zone will send it back. We've got another whistle. It's icing. Really outstanding game today by the Hilltoppers. Led in goal by Mac Langerman. 18 saves, and this third period, he has been really, really good.
Yeah, he seems to be good in situations where he needs to be in the third period at the end of the season. I mean, just perfect timing for Langerman.
His whole team just seems to have clicked. And, you know, the way they played in the first broadcast, you know, there were a lot of issues that had to be fixed. And thanks to Dan Leverett, Darren Kowalski, all those issues, they've been addressed, they've been fixed, and they have set Marquette up to be a very, very good team going into the playoffs. With this win, they will become 14-8. Homestead will drop to 10-7. And if Marquette can get a 0 on the board, it will be a shutout for Mac Langerman, who's been really good this season for the Hilltoppers. 48 seconds to go in this one, a 4-0 Marquette lead. Today's production team consists of Matthew Ray, Rowen, Clarke, and Aaron Eakin. We thank Mr. Tom Muslin and Mr. Sean Raffaelli for all their work, being the leaders of the Hilltopper Media Collective. And here's one last look. It's Wallace, picked, a look, a shot in front, still there, and Pound will freeze it with 35 to go.
Yeah, despite having 35 seconds left, Marquette still wants to score. That's the mentality that they're gonna have to have going into the playoffs. They want to score. You gotta have the eye on the net.
Marquette winners of 5 of their last 6. And with this one, they'll become winners of 6 of their last 7 as Schultz turned one on. It was turned aside by Pound. 25 seconds to go. Marquette looking to get anything more here. Held onside. Bengarelli sends it in. Sent out the neutral zone. 15 seconds to go. Pollock wrists it back. It looks like the Highlanders will just eat the puck. 10 seconds to go. Marquette with a 4-0 victory over the Homestead Highlanders on senior night here at Lyles-Schwarz. Colin, Cahill, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, thank you for supporting the Hilltopper Media Collective. We will see you tomorrow night when Marquette takes on Menominee Falls in a wrestling meet. We will see you then. Have a great night. Roll Top.